we are here to talk about everything projects management and business analysis. You know, so I believe that there's a reason why you're in this meeting, why you've made out that time to be here rather than be anywhere else, right? And I'm sure the reason why you are here is either related to project management. One reason why you are here today could be either of project management, business analysis, or just tech. You just want to know more about, a career in tech, and you don't know how to get started. Right. So a little bit of introduction again. I'm Rukayat. I'm the CEO of RKY Careers. I'm sure at one time or the other I've engaged with, all of you here or some of you here at one time or the other. And who is RKY Careers? RKY Careers is a UK-based tech-driven company that is dedicated to empowering, professionals, international students in their quest to excel and thrive in the UK and global job markets. So we do this through our services, our trainings, our content and everything, that we stand for. Right. So what trainings do we offer? We have boot camps in data analysis, in project management, business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, UK compliance and KYC, and we also have a training in Excel and PowerPoint as well. Right. So what are our services? Apart from our trainings, we also offer career support service in the area of CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, career advisory, interview prep, and professional portfolio. Right. So today I'm sure you are here to hear about project management and business analysis. Right. So we're going to be demystifying everything, and I'm going to take as many questions, many interactions as possible. And I'm hoping that you guys, are going to warm up, and we're going to have fun all through. So before I get started, right, I would want you to tell me, I know that you might be here because of the two. Which of these two career paths, right, interests you the most? We're going to use the chat box a lot, so I'm going to be reading your responses in the chat box now. So which of these career paths interests you the most? The volume is very low. Is that so for everyone? Hi everyone, my name is Damilola from Nigeria. Nice to meet you, Damilola. Okay, thank you, Damilola, for responding to that. You said project management. Oluwabukola, you said project management. Okay, so I want to know which one interests you the most between project management and business analysis. I'm going to ask the question again for those that were not here or those that didn't get us. Which one interests you the most between project management and business analysis? Chiwendu, still not sure. That's good as well. That's why we are here. Okpeyemi project management. Fantastic. I find that interesting, So what is project management and what is business analysis? First thing I need you to know is that there are two different career paths. We're talking about them together today because project managers and business analysts work hand in hand, in delivery of projects. So before we talk about what brings project managers or who project managers and business analysts are or what the field is about, what is a project? Project is an activity, that has to do with delivering value that has a time frame and that ends, right? I'm sure my facilitators are here and they will take you more into that. So what's project management now? Project management is the discipline of planning, organizing, and executing projects. Like I said, projects are activities. A project could be projects, we have projects across different fields. We have projects in all industries. We have projects in all spheres, right? In construction, a project could relate to building houses. In IT, projects could relate to building websites. It could relate to building apps. It could relate to process improvements, change delivery. It could relate to that. In all industries, there are projects. In NGOs or charity, projects could relate to, you know, could relate to like an initiative to probably help 1 million people to do something, to get a particular, or to share funds. Activities that we implement by ourselves on our day to day are actually called projects, right? In the business world. In fact, planning a party is a project. So, um, having defined planning a party is a project, having a party or an event is a project. Planning your relocation, getting involved in your relocation activity, from start to finish is a project as well. I haven't defined projects in my layman terms because I want you to understand. I believe most of us here are trying to transition, so I'm going to be using as much layman terms as possible for better understanding for the purpose of today. I would want you to think and tell me now that what are the kind of projects. Have you worked on a project before? And can you tell me the activity that you consider a project based on my definition of a project now? So I'm going to be going to the chat box again. I already told you I'm pulling you out of your shell. We're doing this together. We are going to be as interactive as possible today. So what's that activity that you've been engaged in that you consider to be a project? Bukola, so you've been involved in planning of an event. Thank you. Don't worry, if you still are not sure whether you've been involved in a project or not, that's still fine. That's still fine. But thanks, Bukola, for giving, that's for sharing that with us. So, like I said earlier, project management involves, planning and organizing a resource or or company's resources towards the completion of an event, of a task, or whatever it is that we call, the projects. So what do project managers do? They lead, and ensure that these resources are well managed, are well utilized, and at the end of the day, the purpose of the project is achieved, or the project is successfully delivered. Right. So that's what project management is. So what is business analysis? Business analysis is the practice of identifying business needs, finding solutions to address them. So you identify a problem and you try to solve the problem, through through a range of techniques and methodologies as well. So what do business analysts do? They gather data about the problem, they gather requirements, and they try to communicate these requirements to the executor that would actually bring this solution to life. That's using layman terms, like I said earlier. So having said that, what does project management entail? When you are into project management, you get involved in project administration. That's the beginning stage of a project. Then we move on to the planning of the project, the execution of the project, monitoring and controlling the project, and eventually closing of the project. Mind you, like I said earlier, a project must have an end. Whatever it is that does not have an end that you are working on is not a project, that's just an operation or just a process, right? So what does business analysis entail? Business analysis entailed, like I said earlier, eliciting, gathering requirements, and making sure that these requirements are well understood and well translated to those that would eventually deliver the project. So one of the things that you get involved in as a business analyst is also stakeholder management, strategy analysis, and solution analysis as well. What I find very exciting is that the collaboration that happens. For most of us at the back end, we just see that solutions are created, softwares are developed, website is developed. We just see that it's launched. For instance, we had Thread, we have Twitter, we have a lot of solutions, that are out there. All we just see from our own end is that it's been launched, right? However, before that launch, there are lots of non-technical or non-code professionals as well that are involved in the delivery of that project. Some of these people are project managers, some of them are business analysts. You get to understand, what they do more in details. So how do you become a project manager or business analyst? Right. So the first step to becoming a project manager, is to develop the technical proficiency. So you need to develop proficient you need to be able to do what a project manager and business analyst do on a day-to-day. That's You need to get the technical skills, then you need to also get the soft skills. Some of the soft skills that are required as a project manager or business analyst are stakeholder management, collaboration, teamwork, leadership, management, and the likes. We'll get into that as well in details. Also, as a project manager or business analyst, you need to be very good at networking, at communication. You need to be able to cultivate meaningful professional connections, as well. So you need to also gain practical experience to become a project manager or a business analyst. You need to join supportive community, you need to apply to jobs, and prepare for interviews and all that. So what are the soft and technical skills required as a project manager or a business analyst? If you want to be a project manager or a business analyst, you need to have very strong stakeholder management skills. So you need to have very strong stakeholder management skills. You need to be able to manage relationships. Sometimes you have very difficult stakeholders on the job as well. You'll be tested for your stakeholder management skills. You'll be tested, on at interviews as well. You'll be asked questions like, have you worked with difficult stakeholder? How do you manage a difficult stakeholder? You need to be very good at negotiation. Sometimes you need to negotiate with suppliers, you need to negotiate with vendors, you need to manage conflicts in your project team, right? And you need to be analytical. You need to be able to make analytical decisions. So sorry about that. You know, so um, so some of the skills required: risk management, process improvements, communication, change management, and all that. Which you would get to know more about. So, what are the in-demand tools and methodologies, that you need to learn or be proficient in as a project manager or a business analyst? Here are just a few. There are lots of them. We have the MS projects, we have the ClickUp, Jira, Visio. Some of these are used interchangeably as well, right? So, yes. So, what are the possible roles, that you apply for as a project, manager? So, let's say, for instance, you want to apply for project management roles. What are the possible roles out there that project managers apply to? So, we've got the project administrator, technical project manager, change manager, IT project manager, agile project manager, project coordinator, business project. To be honest, there are even a wide range. There are transformation project manager, finance project manager, and the likes. Also, for business analysts, we have a wide range of roles that you can explore in this industry, in this field. So we've got the business analyst itself, business process analyst, technical analyst, change analyst, solutions architect, enterprise architect, systems analyst, functional analysts, requirements engineer, and the likes. So, I believe that you have interest in transitioning, or you have interest in transitioning to this career path, right? And I'm sure that when you want to transition to a new career path, one of the important things to consider is what what is the potential, salary range, right, that I could possibly get in this career path? Is it a high paying path? Is it a career path that the highest I can possibly earn is like 20K, 30K, and that's it? Right. However, I'm happy to tell you today that these are very high paying fields. We have people earning as much as £1,000 a day if they're on contracts. Not to say everybody would earn £1,000 a day, right? But we have people that earn up to that, right? And we can see the average here based on information from Reed, right? None of these roles, right, has an average that is below £50,000, which is a good one and higher than the UK average salary as well. So, meaning that if you are considering a career path that has a high earning potential, a career in project management or business analyst, right, is a good one to consider. So, are you considering a switch into project management or business analysis? Right. If you are considering a switch, here are a few skills, that I've mentioned earlier as well, that you need to acquire, right? You need to be competent in the technical skills. You need to be able to plan. You need to be able to schedule meetings. You need to be able to work on a lot of deliverables, under the BA side as well. That's if you're considering a career in business analysis. We have a lot of deliverables ranging from as is and to be process mapping. We've got the high level requirements. So you need to gain the technical skills, and that's what brings me as well as the soft skills, right, such as collaboration, teamwork, stakeholder management, and the likes. You need to learn the methodologies and framework and how to and when is best to use them. So this brings me to introduce you to the RKY Project Management and Business Analysis Bootcamp. Right. So if you're considering a switch to any of these career paths, I would always recommend that you switch your career through a bootcamp rather than learning online or teaching yourself. Because it's not like those are not also a good way to transition. They would either take you longer. At the end of the day, you might not even have the confidence because you didn't get the practical work experience out of just learning online, doing certifications and all that. So what does the RKY Project Management and Business Analysis have to offer you? So it's a comprehensive and dynamic training that equips you, with the technical as well as the soft skills required to become a project manager or a business analyst, right? So the objective of the bootcamp is to make sure that you develop the practical experience for this role, for these roles, right? So through this training, also you will learn, technical tools, like that are in demand and that you need to get a job in this field. We have some of them like ClickUp, Jira, MS Projects, and you also get to learn soft skills because a lot of people can use technical, a lot of people have technical abilities, but what always makes a difference between candidates A and candidates B would always be the soft skills, and and which includes communication, good stakeholder management, good interpersonal relationship. A lot of people do not actually have this, and especially people that have actually maybe have not worked in corporate environments and all that. You get to enjoy this opportunity during our boots camp as well. You also get to work with other project stakeholders just like you will in a real world situation. Like you get to work with UX UI designers, developers, testers, and the likes as well. So what are the perks, if you join the RKY, bootcamp to transition to become a project manager, like some of you indicated earlier? Okay, you're interested in becoming a project manager, or you're interested in becoming a business analyst. The thing is, and for example, for those that are not even sure which one they want to get into, this is the perfect way to go about it, because you get to enjoy the two. You get to enjoy learning the two. So through a 6 to 7 weeks live experts-led training, live training, not recordings. So in the live training, we have experts that would lead you through everything you need to know about project management and business analysis, after which we move on to delivering a real project. So RKY has subsidiaries that's are IT and tech companies that gets projects from clients, and these clients we get to work on to deliver together. So get to actually have a lot of experience dealing with clients, dealing with other stakeholders as well. So we spend 2 months, to deliver an IT project. You also get at the end of it, we help you to optimize your CV and LinkedIn for the new target role. You get access to our LMS, which is our learning management system, where all the resources for the classes, and all that are uploaded to. You also get hands-on experience on project management collaboration tools as well. You get to work on a lot of competency tests, quizzes and all that during the course of the bootcamp to help you develop more confidence. You get interview preparation guide, a lot of career support sessions happen, after the live projects that helps you to put together a synchronization of what you've learned in the class, what you've practiced during the live projects, right? And how you would deliver this, on the job and how it would help you get a job. So you get a globally recognized certificate of completion as well from RKY. Then you also, get a verifiable reference for the period you worked, with RKY careers as well. So who can take this course? Anyone at all can take the course. You do not have any experience in project management, you have no problem. So if you're an aspiring project manager or business analyst, excuse me. So aspiring project managers or business analysts, right? If you're a professional, you're already a customer service professional, you're an ex-lawyer, you're a banker, but you want to switch to a more fulfilling career, you want to switch, to a new career path, yeah, a career in project management or business analyst is the good one to consider. You are a degree holder, you don't have any work experience at all, but you want, an opportunity to be able to, gain practical experience, then this bootcamp is for you. Anyone who's trying to position themselves in career paths that would, eventually give them visa sponsorship, this career path as well is one of those that have high potential for this as well. Anyone who wants to enhance their careers, professionals, entrepreneurs, or business owner, you don't want to look for a job. You just want to gain project management skills to manage your business better, to do better at, your current careers and all that. Then this bootcamp as well is for you. So what are the modules that are going to be covered in the bootcamp? So like I said, we're going to be having separate classes in project management and business analysis, 3 weeks in project management, 3 weeks in business analysis, and a week on PMO and report writing. So you're going to get you're going to learn, everything from project management, risk management, stakeholder management, agile methodologies, project initiation. That's on the P, and so much more on the business analysis as well. From the fundamentals to requirement solicitation, agile and scrum methodologies, stakeholder management, and so on. The thing is that you get to learn the two. You get to learn the tools, and then when we move to the project phase, you can decide which one you want to specialize in during the project phase. You're going to learn more about the project and work experience parts, which I believe a lot of people are very interested in as we proceed as well. So what is the roadmap to success? How do you achieve your goal of becoming a project manager through RKY careers? So like I said earlier, you get access to 6 weeks of classes in business analysis, project management, and PMO. After that, we move to, you get your hands dirty with a lot of competency tests after your classes, and then we move to the live projects. Then we move to the career support sessions. We prepare your CV, we prepare your LinkedIn, we prepare you for interviews, and also you get to enjoy post bootcamp, support through our alumni community, where we have lots of drop-ins, lots of webinars, monthly webinars, and thereabouts. So, I mean, you get to become a member of the RKY family, and get support till you land a job. So, having said all this, do I have any questions before I go in depth into, the live project, which I'm sure that, you want to hear about? Do we have any questions so far on, what I've said so far? Okay, so I'm in the chat box now. I see planning and execution of a departmental meeting and year activity. That's really a project, Modupe. Well done. And then updating the company website. So if you have a question, please use the chat box. We're unable to, allow unmuting, so as to keep things organized and fast. Understood. Thanks, Modupe, for the feedback. Good to know that, you've understood everything I've said so far. So, do any other person have a question before we proceed? Okay, it looks like we're good to go. Everybody understands, you know. So let's proceed then. So this is showcasing some of the successful life projects we've had, so like I said, the life project is a 2 months period where we get to work on clients projects, which we have gotten, from our previous bootcamp. Let me show the full screen. I don't know if you can still see my screen. Fantastic. Thank you for confirming that you can see my screen and you can still hear me. So here is, showcasing, so for a lot of people like reach out to me and say, oh, are you sure your life projects are real projects? I was in somewhere, the projects were not life projects. We didn't get to, they just gave us, tasks on a daily basis. At the end of the day, I still don't feel confident that, I can do, I can actually call myself a project manager. So here are a few projects that, we've successfully delivered. You can see our project name here. So what we do is that when you get to the project phase, we have a process, you get to name your projects with your project team. So we have Project Spark. They successfully delivered a digital solution website. You can see the URL here. You can check it out if you want to. I think I can click the link here, but I'm sure it will take us out of, teams, and all that. But yes, so you can see another one, Project Alpha. This is another client's project. So they built a project for a client, in the health and care industry. So this is for a subsidiary in the IT industry. So we have Project Brain Power. They deliver the websites in the e-commerce, so they delivered an e-commerce website for a client. This is the website here. And we have, so some of these projects are still currently ongoing. They are yet to round up their projects. I think so, and we also have Project Sapphire. They're working on an LMS app, right? And you can, this is like a snapshot from their wireframes actually, because the app is not ready. But all these three are ready, and they've actually gone live. So this is just to show you what you get to work. You get to work on, working on products, working on projects, creating solutions, to clients' problems, and building real websites. So I think I have some questions here. Thank you for the questions. So thanks for the introduction. What's the total duration of the bootcamp and any discounts for students? We'll get to that. The duration of the bootcamp is 3 months and 2 weeks. Will the 6 weeks bootcamp be enough for someone totally new to take the transition? Thank you for that as well. Just like I said, the 6 weeks is just for the theory parts, and then you now get your hands-on experience after the 6 weeks is over. What days of the week do sessions take place? Thank you for that question as well. Classes take place Saturday and Sundays, 4 to 6 p.m. That's during the class stage. That's the first 6 weeks, after which we'll move on to live projects. Once you get your project's mandates, you'll be in your project teams. You guys will decide what time works best for you for your projects. I believe I answered that question, but don't worry, I'll get more into it. We have plans to talk about that as well. So these are some examples of the work life projects that we have worked on and delivered to clients during the course of our boot camps. So having said that, like I said earlier, what's the eligibility for visa sponsorship? Project management and business analysis are equally both eligible for visa sponsorship, even either as a project coordinator, project manager. You can see the codes here. In project management, we have about 4. Construction project manager can get sponsorship, advertising project manager, other business project coordinator. So any type of project coordinators or administrators can get. IT project manager can get sponsorship, implementation manager, program manager. These are the codes. And the business analysis is also on the shortage list, which means that is more in demand, right? And with these titles, these are the related titles as well that you can get sponsorship in. And not only can you get sponsorship within the UK, you can even get from outside the UK. I know a lot of people, about even 5 people, who got project coordinator, project officer, project this with the NHS as well from, outside the country. This is another one from Nigeria. The person got sponsorship in a UK university as well. So a visa sponsorship is, if you're looking for visa sponsorship and you're looking for a career path, that will give you that opportunity. Because I get a lot of questions. I need visa sponsorship. I always say, if you need visa sponsorship, the first thing to do is to equip yourself with skills in a career path that has potential. Visa sponsorship is not going to just land on your feet or on your palms. You need to work towards getting the visa sponsorship. You don't know in the long run where the visa sponsorship would come from, but you have to just do your own part as well, which is what equip yourself. If project management is a field that gives people visa sponsorship, become a project manager first, and then not try to but you can't be a customer service person I'm just saying, if customer service does not give visa sponsorship, you can't stay there and expect that a miracle would happen and give you visa sponsorship in customer service if it's not a career that has the potential for it. Right. So that's what I always say. So having said that, what's the cost of the bootcamp, or what's the value of the bootcamp? So based on everything I've said, where that shows that you get to learn project management, you get to learn business analysis, you get to get live projects, not case studies, not dummy projects, not scenarios, not recordings or whatever. You get to get hands-on experience on real life projects. You get access to our LMS, where there are wealth of resources, across project management and business analysis. You get a certificate of completion. You get mentoring and interview prep sessions. You get UK reference for the work you do during the projects. You get access to a community of project managers and business analysts. You get your CV and LinkedIn done for you as well. And you also continue to be a member of our alumni community. I don't know if you saw one of a post I made today about our monthly webinar. That's one of the things you get. You continue support. These are the things to continue to do to enhance your. Even if you've gotten a job, you can still continue to attend our post bootcamp support. You can also even give back to the community. We have a lot of people who have gotten jobs come back to show others the way and all that. That's the benefit of having a community. So like, what are the areas of continuous development? What are the areas to go to? What are the things I need to learn? How do I apply to jobs? How can I improve what I'm doing currently, so that I can eventually land this job as well? I've gotten a job. How do I try? There are mentors in the house, who have also gotten a job and are helping others as well. So having talked about all this, the value of this bootcamp should be over 2K, because I've actually seen a lot of places and adverts come up on my Instagram where I'll see just BA only, £2,000, or I've even seen like £10 pay to 200 every month or something like that. I've seen very ridiculous amounts anyways. However, for those that have asked earlier as well, RKY is running an end of the year discounts that brings the actual value of this bootcamp down to way below, like almost like 60-70% down at just $4.99. This discount was supposed to end last week, because I think we said it will end October ending. So I mean, last week being the week ended yesterday. However, we are still extending it so you can benefit from these discounts, which is ending soon. So we have the end of the year discount, and that allows you to pay £499 only, and you get to enjoy 6 weeks of classes, work experience for 2 months, CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, mentorship, post boot. You just get access to become, a member of the RKY family, to be honest. And the best part is that you can even still pay this twice. Despite the fact that we brought the price down, you can still pay twice. So I would implore you all to pick up your phone right now and try to secure your spots for this, because I think we're already in October. I think we're already in month end anyway, because this discount is actually ending soon. So I'm going to give about 5-10 minutes to us, to try to like secure our spots for this bootcamp, because I think we even have quite a number of people who have already enrolled, because we've been running this end of the year discounts for a while. And once we get to the limits, we stop taking enrollments. And once we move on to next year, we are going back, to the normal price of the bootcamp. So I'm going to take about 5-10 minutes. So, and the thing is, if you're in the UK, please pay in pounds. If you want to pay in Naira, you use the prevailing exchange rates to pay in Naira. However, if you are in Nigeria and still want to make payments, send a WhatsApp message to the numbers down, and they would advise you, on what your next steps should be. So, admin, please share the account numbers, the payment links, and all that on the group, so that people can take advantage of the discounts before it is over. I want to believe I've answered all the questions that was asked previously. So I'm going to give 5 minutes, for us to do that, for us to secure our spots before we move on to the other parts. There are still a lot of exciting things ahead. Our facilitators are still going to share 1 or 2 things with you. While we're doing that, please let's drop our questions. I'm here to answer your questions while we are securing our slots for the bootcamp as well. So, what days of the week do sessions take place? I think I answered that. Classes take place Saturday and Sunday for the first 6 to 7 weeks, after which we move on to the live projects. When we're on the live projects, there are no regular classes in terms of like periodic classes. However, there'll be a lot of stakeholders. We have the PMO office that has, a lot of support stakeholders who are already in the industry and who will be supporting you through the live projects. We also have the BA office, where we have senior business analysts, business consultants, management consultants who would support you as well and guide you as you deliver the different deliverables for the projects. And at the end of it, you get to now meet with a developer, do your wireframes and all that, communicates. This is, what the client wants. And you get to also see your end product as well. Isn't that fantastic? So are we laying our hands on the technical skills like software, like Agile, Waterfall, Prince2, and other planning tools in the bootcamp? Of course you are. So you'll be working with lots of tools that I've showed earlier. You'll be learning my MS Visio, Lucid Charts, Jira, ClickUp, MS Projects, Basecamp as well. And you not that you'll be learning, you'll be using them during the course of the bootcamp. Right. And in terms of methodology, right, we use the agile and waterfall methodology. So you run sprints, you would actually use the Scrum methodology as well, during the course of the bootcamp. Thanks for that question. I hope I answered it. Will the 6 weeks webinar be recorded for people that are busy to join in live? Of course. So that's why we have the LMS. So the 6 weeks classes, would be recorded, right? And you get access to class recordings 48 hours after classes. Also, you even get access to like previously recorded classes as well, once you are enrolled on the bootcamp. So you can always catch up on whatever it is you have missed, and you'll get access to this LMS for up to 12 months after the bootcamp as well. So I can see that the account numbers have been pasted, so let's try it, and the payments links as well. So let's try to secure our slots. As soon as we are done with that, let's send an email to support@rkycareers.com. Admin, please drop the email address as well. So what time is the session on Saturday and Sunday? 4 to 6 p.m. I believe I've answered that. What advice would you give to someone who is already schooling in the UK? If you're already schooling in the UK, I think, if you're already schooling in the UK, I don't think I get the exact question, because I think a lot of, us are schooling or have schooled, or, so maybe in what context, because one thing I know is that, I don't know if that's the context, but one thing I know is that even if you're studying project management, because we have a lot of people who even already have PMP, who are studying project management, who have this and that certifications, and still come back, because the thing is that in the school does not prepare you, right, for the industry, right? The school does not prepare you for industry. You still need to get practical work experience to be able to pass in interviews as well. Okay, so can this bootcamp pass as a prep for PMP exam? So the focus of this class is not to prepare you for PMP exam. What it's for is to help you gain practical work experience you need to land your first job as a project manager or business analyst. PMP is not a prerequisite to land your first job. PMP is something you need after you have gained, because even for PMP, you need to have at least about 3 years of experience in project management before you can write PMP, right? So PMP is something you can get, as further career developments or career progression, right? But this is not an exam preparation class. To write PMP, people just read on their own sometimes. People attend some trainings as well. So it's up to you. But this is not an exam preparation focused class. However, our curriculum has been designed in line with, we've taken contents from PMP, from Prince 2 and all that, to make up our curriculum. Someone pursuing masters in business administration. Well, I would say that, because this is me coming from the angle of, other services that we get a lot of people, book our services for CV. And even in the last 1-2 weeks, it's been really prominent. People have masters in business administration. People have masters in HR, but their previous experience has nothing to do with HR. And then they just feel that booking a CV service would magically give them experience in HR. You still need to build that practical experience through a bootcamp. And, in the last 1 week, I've had to call a lot of clients, to explain to them that, okay, you have a previous background in customer service, but you studied a master's in business administration, right? And you want to become a business analyst. There's no match between all these things you've said. Something needs to gum it together. And that is where this bootcamp comes in. The bootcamp would enable you to gain the practical experience you need. And you also be able to put this experience on your CV. And you'll be able to also align your previous experience to now have the experience you are now sure you can justify, because you have learned it in a bootcamp. And you've gained the experience in the bootcamp. Anybody can come together, put content related to business analysis on a CV, but when you get the interviews, can you pass them? Can you explain wireframes? Do they teach wireframes? Do they teach user acceptance testing in a master's in business administration? Do they teach it in a master's in, even if they teach it theoretically, it's still different from you doing it yourself, right? So I would say that, it is very important that, we take acquiring the necessary skills, gaining the necessary practical experience, to help us achieve our end goal, right? I don't know if I answered your question, Susan. Please, if you have more questions, please do so. I believe that we've taken screenshots of this page as well. I don't know if you can still see my screen, so you can secure your slot with just £250 and pay the balance by November. So that even though we've already reduced the price by more than 50%, we're still allowing you to pay twice, Ordinarily, I think the last goal was, what we allowed was if you are paying one off, you pay £600. If you are paying in installments, you pay £675. So what we are offering this time around is just a one-off and is ending soon because we have quite a number of students already. We like to keep our classes small. We like to keep our classes small, and we like to keep our project teams small as well. So I want to believe we have had enough time, to make our payments, to secure our slots before, the opportunity runs out as well. Okay, yes, you have. Thank you very much. Thank you, Susan. Before we proceed as well, let's still share this link with our friends and family. Let's get more people to come, to come and benefit from what, we have in stock today. So this is the account details. If you're paying in pounds, that's the amount. £499, pay 250. You can pay one off as well. If you're paying in Naira, if you are in Nigeria, send a DM to the numbers, send a WhatsApp message to the numbers here to get, what your next steps are. If you're in the UK and want to pay Naira, please use the prevailing rate. I'm sure you have an idea of what it is to change to Naira. Cool. Thank you so much for the interactions so far. So who can be a business analyst? Anybody can be a business analyst, right? Anybody can be a project manager. Anybody can be what they want to be. One of the things that makes me to be able to say this is because business analyst and project management fall under the no code tech career paths. If it was who can be a developer now or programmer or I won't say everybody can, even though everybody can too, but what you need to give, it's not going to be a 3 months journey. It's not going to be it's not going to be a 3 months journey. It's not going to be a 3 months journey, really, to actually, transition. Anybody can do anything they want. Anybody can become anybody can be a pilot, right? But I'm sure you know that to become a pilot, a 3 months course would not make you become a pilot. However, right, with the right dedication, putting in the work and all that, So what are the career paths, that I would say it's not even limited to this, to be honest. Anybody can, regardless of what your background is, so long as you're ready to put in the work. The way we have designed and put together our bootcamp with the theoretical aspects, it's not even a crash course, because I know that we have a lot of, even some don't even come, there are no classes. All you get are recordings of the theoretical aspects or a crash course of a day. I saw an advert, recently of a crash course, to is it 2 days crash course to become like a project? It's just even a project manager, and they also have be, so you get 2 days crash course, and after the 2 days crash course, you get a month on project management and a 2 days crash course. You pay 1K for that. If you want 2 months on a project, then you pay 1.5 for that, right? So I'm not saying that the value is not equal to, but I don't know what will be at the other end, but I know what we are offering you, and what we are offering you, you won't get anywhere else. So what are we have, worked with quite a number of people. You've seen projects we have successfully delivered. These are just a few success stories that we have, that can fit into this page. Somebody getting a project management job with visa sponsorship from Nigeria, multiple project manager roles in the UK, a visa sponsorship role as a business analyst with the NHS, a project manager role with sponsorship in the UK, a project coordinator role with an energy company in the UK, a project lead with a charity organization in London. Those are just a few. There is no limits. there's no limits really. On a number, I mean, on a daily basis, I get to approve about 3 or 4 new reference requests of people, our alumni, our students who are landing jobs here and there. And the thing is, we are here throughout. It's not like at the end of the boot camp, there won't be any form of support as well. Okay, so now it's time to meet our facilitator. Get to meet our facilitators. But before we proceed, I'll just check the chat box, see if we have other questions, that relates to enrollments, that relate to what I've said so far. So our facilitators are going to give you a brief of, what they will be driving you through in the bootcamp. I myself am one of the stakeholders on the bootcamp. I'm going to be with you on the journey from start to finish, right? And right, so we have our management facilitator. His name is Abdullah Rahim. He's certified as a Scrum Master, as a PMP, that's a project manager as well. He's a seasoned professional, he's a subject matter expert, and he has over 9 years of experience, in project management and management consulting across industries. So if you have, it's going to be fun, to be honest, because our project manager facilitator, project management facilitator has got expertise across construction, IT, humanitarian, and so on. He works in across geographical borders as well, America, Nigeria, and across, as well. So he is a PMI certified project management professional and a disciplined agile scrum master. Is proficient in ClickUp, Slack, Jira, Togo, and Asana, among others. I'll just stop here. I'm sure that you get to see Abdullah and hear from him yourself. We also have Ibiyemi Fashipe. She's a senior business analyst, and she's worked across a lot of projects as well, software development, system enhancements, and she works, in a UK higher education. That's like a university, yeah. So she's a certified practitioner in business analysis, software development. She's proficient and computer networks from British Computer Institute of IT. She's experienced in the use of tools like Jira, Azure DevOps, Miro, Visio, Lucidchart, Balsamic, and Figma. So I think at this point I would hand over to Abdullah to run us through briefly for just about 10 minutes, what our journey with him is going to be like on the bootcamp. So Abdullah.
Great to meet everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Rookie. Yes, I am all of those things. I will be walking us through a brief, just a quick recap of what project management is and what we're going to be learning in this boot camp. So quickly, with the time that we have been given, I'd like to start with a couple of things. First off, who is a project manager? A project manager is someone that is in charge of delivering projects, which are basically outputs that have timelines, right? So you're expected to deliver a unique result within a given amount of time and using the resources that you have been provided with. Now, I like to establish two things for project managers. The first is, as a project manager, you are responsible for everything, right? I didn't turn my camera on. I think I should do that so that everyone can see my face. Yeah, so as a project manager, you're responsible for everything on the project, which includes the timeline, delays, risks, everything. Everything starts and ends with you. You're responsible for it. You're also responsible for ensuring that you have comprehensive information about the project. The second thing is that project management is majorly people management, right? So what you're doing is you're trying to get your team to deliver on what the project is itself within the constraints that you have, or within the timeline, schedule, and schedule and maybe the budget that you have been given, right? So it is usually about how do you understand your team? How do you relate with your team? How do you get them to deliver what they need to do? How do you work to their strengths? How do you uh, engage with your stakeholders, right? Now, in project management, there are three key parameters that project managers need to be aware of. That those will be the scope, the cost, and the schedule, right? Now, we all know what cost and schedule means. Cost is basically how much is going to be expended on the project, and the schedule is how much time is supposed to be spent on the project. The scope is what are we doing and what are we not doing. That is the part where you define everything about the project, right? Now, without having to repeat everything that Ruki has said previously, the project manager obviously has to also be proficient, have good understanding of a project life cycle, which he has already mentioned. That's the initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and the closing of the project. You have to understand that. The reason why you have to understand it is that at every point during that project, you need to know what do we need to be doing? What are we delivering at this point? What's expected of us? How are we documenting it? Now, I should be scrolling while we're doing that. So, besides the life cycle of the project, you also be discussing knowledge areas of the project. Now, as a project manager, you also need to understand what knowledge areas are. Now, knowledge areas are factors that affect every project. They are basically, at the end of the day, all of your knowledge areas will affect your three key parameters, which are your scope, cost, and schedule. Right now, having a good understanding of scope, cost, and schedule means that you also understand how other factors relate to them, how they affect them. So you're talking about integration management, which is what do you even bring together to start a project? What do you bring? What needs to be put together for your project to even be established? Now you need to define this across all the 5 stages of the project lifecycle. You're talking about scope, time, cost, quality, resource, communications, risk management, procurement, and stakeholder management. All of these have their own requirements. They have their own method of documentation, and each one of them is relevant at every point during the project. So as the project manager, you need to also know, you need to have a good idea of what these knowledge areas are, how to apply them to your project, how to document them, right? And that is one thing that is going to come up that is going to play a huge role in your time or in your job as a project manager: documentation, communication, right? Now, besides all of that, we also mentioned that we're going to be practicing learning and practicing different methodologies of project management. There's the waterfall and the agile. Under the agile, we'll be talking about the Scrum and the Kanban applications. In what ways are they applied? How are they applied? Why, when do we need to use them? And what kind of projects can we use them to manage? Right. So these are some of the methodologies that we're going to be discussing. Well, of course, we're going to be going in depth. We're going to be having examples for each of them. Now, besides all of this, you're also, as the project manager, you also have a good idea of what your acceptance criteria is, which is basically from what your sponsor or what your client requires you to deliver. How do you know that you have completed the project? How do you know that you have delivered the right thing and that it works exactly the way the client wants you to deliver it? Also, besides documentation, you'll be making use of collaboration tools. By default, the tools that you will be using to manage your projects that you'll be using on this in this bootcamp are ClickUp and Basecamp. Right now, depending on how much time we have, we usually have an extra class where one of our facilitators also teaches us how to use Microsoft projects. Now, besides all of that, what are the other things that we're going to be learning as on the bootcamp? We're going to be having assignments and we're going to be having the practical sessions. Now, the assignments are of different types. There are the multiple choice questions that will test generally your knowledge of project management based on everything that you have learned. And they will usually be scenario-based questions. So we are not going to be saying what is project or what is a project lifecycle or what is planning, right? You will be asked questions that will require you to place yourselves in the shoes of a project manager. It will usually require that you envision yourself. I encourage people to make use of projects that they have worked on in the past, right? Use that to envision yourself, put yourselves in the shoe of the project manager. What would you do in this case? How would you document this and things like that? We would like you to describe from your own point of view to establish, to show that you have a clear understanding of the subject matter. Then finally, we are going to be having the practical sessions where you are going to actually be implementing projects. You'll be working hand in hand with the business analysts. And I know that some of you will probably be doing the project management and business analysis hybrid, right? So you'll be working with them to implement an actual project. You'll be working with actual developers to and you will actually, that is when you gain your hands-on experience. That's when you'll understand the people management part of things, because it is easy to go through all of the theoretical parts, to answer all of the questions correctly. But by the time you get to the actual practicals, that's when you understand that there is a huge part that you still need to learn, which you will gain during that practical session. And that is the human part of it, the human part of getting people to actually do things, getting people to deliver on their tasks within the timeline that they have been given, getting people to do things on time, actually getting people to populate documents and give you all of the results that you need. So it's going to be challenging, but at the same time, we are going to be learning a lot. We've taught lots of people, we've had a lot of positive feedback. So whether you're looking to enhance your career prospects or you want to just improve on your skills, or you're just transitioning into tech, again, it's going to be very beneficial to you. And we know that you'll be able to succeed, and we encourage you to join us. So thank you very much. That's it briefly.
So one of the key skills of a project manager is time management, and Abdul always performs excellently in that area. So yes, that's it. Abdul is going to be the one driving you through project management, and he's a very fun facilitator, and as you can see, very calm. Anyways, please, all this agile and scrum and Kanban and other tools, you're going to have hands-on experience with them or just discuss them. Of course, you're going to have hands-on. So agile is a methodology. You get to understand better. Let's not, dish out everything. But agile is not a tool. It's just a methodology. It's a way of doing, of delivering projects. So same with Scrum and Kanban as well. Well, Kanban has a board. But the thing is, you will get to understand this, better. But yes, you're going to have practical experience, using tools, like that we've discussed in the bootcamp as well. Right. So I have I believe I answered your question, Chiwendu. Opayemi, if you have a question, please use the chat box. I see your hand up. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Chiwendu, for confirming that I answered your question. So that's our business analyst facilitator. I'll be taking back the screen, and she would also drive us through, what to expect from our own end as well.
Okay, so hi everybody for the introduction and the accolades. I'm a senior business analyst in one of the universities in the United Kingdom. And on your business analysis journey, you will be doing the classes like Ruki has said. So we'll have 3 weeks for the business analysis classes, and then we'll go right into the live projects. And what are you expecting to learn? So if I just give you a very layman definition of business analysis, because I know I do have a limited time here, but as a business analyst, you're that gap between the business itself and the people that will implement. And when I say implement, you're talking about your developers, your testers, your solutions architects, and the likes. So you are the business analyst, and you're on the side of the business. You're making sure that every requirement that the business needs, you're making sure that you're passing it on to the implementation team, and not just passing it on. So you're ensuring that all of those things have been properly implemented. You're making sure there are no gaps. You're making sure that what the business said is what has been passed on to the implementation team, right? And all of these things, we have different tools we use to do this. And we also have different visualization tools. And as a business analyst, one of the most important things for you is to have stakeholder management skills, because you will be speaking to a lot of stakeholders. And in the classes, you will learn the different ways you would speak to a stakeholder, different ways you would use to draw out requirements from your stakeholder, and then how you would then pass it on to the developers and the others to make sure that it's properly implemented. And of course, as a business analyst, you work very closely with your project manager. And this is what you would also do in the live project. You're going to work with a project manager, a scrum master, and the other roles that will be in the project. So 3 weeks of classes, what would you be doing? You would have curriculum that has been done. I have done the curriculum from the BCS. So I don't know if anyone knows about BCS and IIBA, but most of your resources are from those bodies. And also, the classes are designed to cover like core principles of business analysis, requirements gathering, like I was just speaking earlier on, and process modeling. So as a business analyst, you must know how to do your process modeling with your different tools like Microsoft Visio, Lucid Charts, Draw.io, and all the likes, to make sure that you are drawing out the processes, because your senior management, they haven't got the time to look at all of these procedures and processes. So what is your job as a business analyst? You are there to visualize these processes for your business and present it to them to validate. And this is everything you'll be learning on in the class and on the live project as well. So when we're done with the 3 classes, you would get your hands dirty in the live project. We're using a real Monday, Project Monday, like Ruki has said, and you would also use these tools to deliver the final product. So Ruki has shown us Ruki has taken away.
So became women for area.
Valentina, can you mute your mic? Sorry. Okay. Ruki, I'm waiting for you to go back to the slide. Okay, thanks. Okay, so yeah, just like I was speaking earlier on, you get your hands dirty in the practical space. So Ruki has shown us some products that have been delivered by previous cohorts. I've worked with the previous people as well. They've gone just like you in this class, and they've also gone on to pay for the service and then come on the live classes. We get a lot of feedback. They always enjoy my class. They always tell me they like the way I've taken them through the classes. And then we go on to the practical space. I take them through delivering the product, and then you've seen samples of the live the end product that we've delivered from our business analysis project. So this is what we get to do. Some of the things, not all of the things that are captured on here, but we do have a project framework that guides what we do. And some of these things are here. So you identify your stakeholders and your expectations. You definitely receive your project mandates from a real life scenario, and you're actually delivering a real project. You work with a real developer as well. You would go through your sprint sessions when you get to the execution stage. For this, we'll be using the Agile and Waterfall methodology and some other methodologies as well. As Ruki has said earlier on, you would do your business case, and you would also get the chance to name your team yourself, and you work with your team to pick the day you would like to have your meetings. So yeah, all of these things will happen during the live project. So Ruki, sorry, if you go to the next slide. Is that the last one? Yeah, so these are some of the activities and deliverables that you work with during the live project. So you have a real sponsor meeting, and I will be teaching you the different ways you can, draw out requirements. So people just hear requirements. What do requirements mean? You get to understand it fully during the live classes. And then when you get to your live project, you meet the sponsor, which is like an external client, and you speak to them. You use one of the methodologies that I've taught you in the class. You use it to speak to your sponsor. So this will prepare you for the real world and the real life experience on how to speak with external clients. And it can even help in your interview as well, because you gain the confidence of speaking to people and understanding what they want. And then you'll be very happy when you see your final product bring it to life. Okay, so you do your BRD, that's a business requirement document. You do your high level requirements, your functional requirements, as is to be gap analysis and the other ones. I don't want to read it out to you because I know you can see it, but yeah, we'd also do our wireframes, low fidelity and high fidelity. So now many people say, I don't have tech experience. How do I do this? I don't think I can do it, but I've seen a lot of people go from the live classes to then delivering it, and they realize that, wow, I can do this. So it's very possible. We have all done it, and you're here as well to do it. So I really encourage you to take advantage. Ruki has said so many things about business analysis and project management, how is it in demand. So we would really love to have you on board so that you would gain the experience that you do require. So I think that is my final slide. Yeah. Okay, so
Yes, you're right. Thank you so
okay.
much, BME, as well, for showing us, what, we get to learn, what we would be able to do, what we would work on during the bootcamp and the live project itself. So I think we have more questions. Thank you again, BME. We have more questions. Can someone with beginner experience in Excel benefit from this course? Yes, someone with experience in Excel benefits. Someone without experience in Excel would also benefit. Excel is not a prerequisite to start this course at all. Right. So please, is both courses combined or separate? I mean PMBA. Like I said at the beginning, project management and business analysis are two complete fields. And the good thing is that under project management, there are a range of roles you can apply to. Under business analysis, that you are not only investing in just a particular career path, you are investing in multiple career paths, meaning that at the end of this bootcamp, you can explore a wide range of opportunities. So like I said, we're going to be having 3 weeks of classes, intense classes, Saturday and Sundays, in project management or in business analysis first, depending on which one comes first. And then we'll move on to 3 weeks of classes in the other one. And when we move on to the live projects, you get to choose a role. Right. So there'll be a range of roles available. We'll get the lead BA, we'll get the project manager, we'll get deputy project manager, we'll get project coordinator, PMO analyst, PMO lead, a wide range of roles. And then you get to select, and then we also get the hybrid, that is the two. You get to select the role you want. The good thing is that regardless of the role you select, you still have an opportunity to learn what other roles do on the project. So you get free access to attend all BA meetings, to learn all BA tools, even if your role that you have chosen is project manager. So there's no closing of windows, there's no hidden knowledge. Everything is made and transparent, open and available, depending on the time you have to put it. Please let's mute ourselves. Valentina, please mute yourself. Admin, please mute Valentina. Thank you. So, I believe I answered your question, okay, I also believe I answered the question. Yeah, please give me a... Okay, so let me go back to the questions again. Okay, Z, thank you. You said well answered. Good to know. Hello, after 5 weeks program, how long is the live project going to be for? The classes, it's for 7 weeks. Live project is for 2 months, after which we now move on to the career support session, which is usually like a week-long, session to guide you on, different visa sponsorship strategies, different stakeholders as well. We also bring people from, experts from outside to come talk to you about, applying to jobs, how to leverage AI, different topics really. So we have a calendar of topics to take you through case studies, how to answer case studies on your interviews, how to different knowledge sharing sessions, happen that are related to you landing a job and, merging everything you've learned, what are the in-demand soft skills to work on, like bringing to life everything that you have gone through on the project and and also in class, to putting everything together to help you understand your role and get the job eventually. So does one personality impact their success in this career? I want to believe does your personality impact your success in this career? I think I'll let the BME respond to that if she's able to still speak, because I know that a lot of people, so long as you can work on yourself and you're adaptable, I believe you can do well in any, in any field, because I believe, IBME, can you answer this question? Is she still with us? Okay, yeah. So it will depend on the personality you have, but the thing is you need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to or Abdul, do you want to answer the question?
Yes, please. I can. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. So, does your personality affect? Where's the
Yeah, I
question
think maybe
again?
coming from introvert or I'm making an assumption because the question itself is not clear. It's not
Okay, so I mean, so I think that anyone with any form of personality can take on any roles as long as you are able to engage with people. So being a project manager or business analyst requires that you share information to people, collect information from people, which means that you must be a great communicator, right? And it also means that you must also be a level-headed person, right? So in this bootcamp, we are not going to be able to teach you how to control your temper if you are a temperamental person or something. So again, it's about teaching you what you need to know, right? Skills that you need to have and things like that. So then it is left to you to imbibe them as they are needed, right? So again, it's about being able to. It's from everything that we have said so far. You've heard stakeholder engagement, engaging with people, information, eliciting information from clients, right? It's also about getting feedback from your clients, getting feedback from your team. So you have to be someone that knows how to take feedback. You have to be someone that knows how to manage conflicts, right? You also have to be someone that knows how to apply feedback constructively, right? You can't be someone that is sensitive to taking feedback, someone that if someone tells you that there is something wrong with your work, you get angry about it or you feel insulted. No. So again, these are some of the things that that are going to be discussed during the classes. However, I don't think that whatever personality you have is going to bar you from being able to manage your projects, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. As long as you're able to communicate, I mean, and as long as you're able to engage with people and make them feel at ease and let them know that their projects are being implemented properly, and you are able to manage your team and respect them and establish your own that control of your team and establish mutual respect amongst your team members, then I don't think that there should be anything blocking you from taking on any of these projects.
Thank you so much, Abdul. He has said it all, really. Yes, in as much as, I think this required skills in terms of communication, collaboration, I think they are required across the range of roles. If you want to even survive in this environment we are, you need to learn, how to collaborate with. There's no way you will not collaborate with people. If you are someone that can't collaborate with people, regardless of your role, it would always affect, the quality of your work and your relationship with people as a whole, right? So I don't know if Zik, who asked the question, can confirm if the question has been answered. How long will the whole studies take, including certification? About 3 months and 2 weeks. Are we expected to use the transferring skills as a PM in all industries, as the presentation seems to be tailored to IT sector alone? Okay, yeah, like I said at the beginning, our projects manager, Abdul himself, is someone who has worked across construction. So in classes, you'll be hearing examples related to construction. You'll be hearing examples related to NGO. I'm not the facilitators. I'm not the facilitator, right? But, they would actually give you examples that relate to industries they have worked in and industries you might want to work in. You're also free to ask questions in any direction you want. So if there's any industry that is of interest to you, you have the opportunity to ask questions with relation to that. Right. So, but you're not limited to the IT alone. During the projects, it's possible that we might work on mostly IT projects, and that's because of the nature of, remote and virtual. We can't possibly handle the construction projects, because we are unable to go to sites and all that during the bootcamp, and NGO and all that, but the thing is, it's not limited to IT alone. It's the same methodology across industries. It's the same framework is the same techniques that you will need to apply. Ibemi works, as she said, in a university. Abdul works, I think, in IT. We all work across different industry, but that does not mean that, you are limited to just that industry. Some industry seems to be more demanding than others. I agree with you. There's no limit to the industry you can work. A lot of people finish and get jobs with NHS as well, which is not IT. But don't forget that even if your industry is not IT, you could still be employed by a health and care industry to work as an IT project manager. But the most important thing is that, acquire the skills, have the experience, and you can apply it across roles, projects. All projects are not even the same. Even within IT, we have a lot of different types of projects. We have software development, process improvements. We have a wide range of projects. I believe I answered your question, Okpeyemi. In meeting the 3 core target of projects time, in meeting the okay, I think it's the continuation of that one. Oh, okay, Chinwendu, so you confirm that coming from an introvert. So yes, even if you're an introvert, right? So long as you can communicate with people respectfully, you can manage stakeholders, you can communicate. Communication is not limited to project managers and business analysts. You don't need to be a chatterbox. You don't need to love talking all the time. I have a lot of people that don't really love talking and they are project managers. You talk when you need to. You communicate, give progress reports when you need to on your projects. You don't need to be a chatterbox or you need to be a life of the party. I don't know if you get, not all projects would even require that kind of personality as well. Right. So, I don't know if I'm the only one who can't hear at all. Shaola, if you can't hear, probably is your network. Maybe you should leave the meeting and join back. But can others hear me? Can people hear me? Or hear us?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. So I believe, we've done very good justice to all the questions, but because I don't see more questions coming in. Right. And let me see first. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you very much for confirming that as well. So I think that has brought us, close to the end of, the session. Please keep dropping your questions as well. And for those who missed, the part where we discussed the discount on offer, the bootcamp, the combo of project management and business analysis is, given at a giveaway price of £499 only, which you can still pay twice. The account details I've already started getting some people who are securing their slots, So if you are yet to as well, try to secure your slots before the what's it called, discount comes to an end. Right. So another announcement we have is for an upcoming event. We have an RQY event coming up November 18 in Birmingham, called Limitless Without Borders. Is a live networking event, and I implore all of us, to try to book our seats. If you are based in Birmingham or in the West Midlands, it would be a great opportunity to connect physically, one-to-one, meet ourselves as well. That's if you are, networking is a very important tool that, we need as well to grow our careers, and yeah. So I think so if you missed this session, if you joined late, please visit our YouTube channel. You can connect with us already before. Subscribe to our channel, RKY Careers. The recording for this session will be up by Monday, right? But I want to believe that we've done very good justice to all the questions asked so far. I'll go to when does the training start? Okay, did we miss that particular slide? So the training starts for the next cohort November 11, right? Also, to book your seat for the Birmingham events, please, the link has been dropped on the chat box. When is the deadline for the discounted payments, right? Training starts November 11. However, the earlier the better. There's no deadline up until like the day before. However, depending on the numbers we get, we are likely to end the discount anytime from now. So even if it's just to secure your slots with just your first £250, try to do so you do not lose. There's nowhere you will get this same value we are offering, this same level of support at this price. So do not miss the opportunity to enjoy. How long do we have access to the LMS? So you get access to the LMS for up to 12 months. Right. So which I believe, is enough for us, right, to continue. I mean, for us to land our desired job after the boot camp. You can also revisit after you've gotten a job. If you have interviews, you also continue to be a member of the alumni community. Well, so thanks so much, Abdul. Thank you everyone who have made our time to attend this session. It's been really great to meet and connect with every one of you here. Yeah, enjoy the rest of our weekend. Bye, everyone.